Good morning, everyone. Peter Verleza here. Welcome to October 1st. It's the start of a new quarter and the first day of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As fate would have it, Facebook had a breach that you probably have heard about already. I'm going to give you 3 ways to protect yourself right after my ramble. So, National Cybersecurity Awareness Month was launched in October of 2004. That's the year that Facebook's website was launched. That is a long time ago, and lots has changed. The landscape has become dramatically different. Technology has changed and our exposure increases with each day that passes. So I'm hoping that you're not going to take a head in the sand stance and not change what you do and how you do it, and adapt to the latest and greatest technologies. I mean, I love technology, but you really have to stay current. Remember the days of letting your children go out and play until the streetlights came on? Those days are gone. I'm going to be sharing some tips this month, some tricks, in the hopes that you'll adopt some best practices to keep yourself and your family safe online. We might even hear from my cyber criminal friend Sergey this month. He's been on a bit of a sabbatical. I think I can get him to come back out. Okay, so for the Facebook breach and what you need to do. Facebook said its engineers discovered a security weakness that could let attackers hijack people's accounts. The vulnerability affected nearly 50 million accounts. Facebook said in a web post that the security issue was related to the View As feature, which allows you to see a preview of what your profile looks like to other people, like specific friends. Hackers exploited a weakness in the tool to gain access to digital keys that let you stay logged in from a personal device without having to re-enter a password. So you've seen that, certainly. You pick up your device and you can basically log into it. The keys could then be used to take over people's accounts. Facebook is taking this very seriously. So what are the 3 things that you can do? The first is do a device audit. The best way to determine whether someone has gained improper access to your account is to do an audit of the devices that you have that are logged into your account. This is really simple. On the security and login page, under the tab labeled where you're logged in, you can see a list of devices that are signed into your account, as well as their locations. If you see an unfamiliar gadget or device signed in at an odd location, click the remove button and boot the device out of your account. Very simple. The second, and this doesn't only pertain to Facebook, change your password. Facebook says that it fixed the vulnerability. There's no need to change your account password. Be extra safe. You should be changing your password anyway. You shouldn't use a weak password, especially if you saw any suspicious devices. And you shouldn't be using the same password everywhere, the same username and password combination everywhere. You have to be more mindful. This is probably one of the biggest things that you can do to protect yourself. You've heard me speak about this before. Use a complex password, not your name and birth date or your children's names, something that's long and complex, something that has uppercase, lowercase, a number, punctuation. Think of a sentence, think of a favorite song that you use all the time, and use the first letter of each of the words in that sentence, punctuate it correctly, use upper and lowercase. It's not that difficult. You'll become more aware, more mindful of it. It's a great way to be able to protect yourself. You could also use a password tool to manage these, password management tool to manage these passwords. There's plenty out there. Go online and look for one. The 4Pay tools will allow you to use them on all of your devices. The third thing is something a little bit newer, and that's called 2-factor authentication. Now, it's been around for a long time. Many websites use it. And 2-factor authentication is, well, here, let's talk about a password. So a password is something you know. 2-factor authentication is something you have. So for instance, if you were to turn on 2-factor authentication, when you put your username and password in, Facebook would send you a text message to your phone that you would have to input the code from that text message in order to be able to log in. This isn't 100%. However, it's way more secure than what it is that you're currently doing with just a username and password. You should turn on two-factor authentication wherever you can. Your banking sites, your investment sites, your Facebook, and be safe out there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you throughout the course of the month. Have a wonderful October, and talk to you soon.